Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. Well, it is top of mind for many. We are facing down the first of several expected frigid overnights, as well as a dangerously cold Friday and Saturday.
Absolutely, and we have a lot to talk about with that.
We certainly do, but let's get a first check of our forecast right off the bat.
Thank you so much, Beth. Our first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. All right, pretty cold start to the morning today. We had lows at around 6 below zero, a little bit warmer by the coast with that warmer ocean water. This is just the start, folks. It's going to get much colder in the next 36 to 48 hours. During the day, today, not too bad. We had some near average temperatures in the upper 20s, mid 20s up north as well. A couple of near freezing temperatures, especially closer to Bar Harbor and right by the coast. But like I said, it's going to get bitterly cold, folks. We do have some wind chill warnings out in the area till around 7 p.m. on Saturday all over the area, and some blizzard warnings up north for blowing snow, but not accumulative snowfall. We do have some mostly cloudy skies right now, but we will have some clearing later on tonight as those cold temperatures start to roll on in. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thanks so much.
And with that, Maine Emergency Management Agency wants to remind everyone to be prepared for the unexpected over the next couple of days so that no matter what, you and your family can be safe. They say even if you have adequate supplies, there could be issues you aren't aware of or haven't anticipated, so it never hurts to have a plan.
Our emphasis is on make a plan. Just because you think you don't need Just because you think you won't need a warming center doesn't mean maybe your power is going to go out. So how are you going to get there? How will you get there if your car doesn't start? Where's the one closest to you?
So preparation is key. Meanwhile, several organizations are opening their doors to help keep people warm in the coming days. You can see a list of some of the available warming centers right there on your screen. From Augusta all the way up to Aroostook County, there are dozens of facilities helping to keep people warm across our region, including many that aren't listed here. So for a complete list of warming centers, you can head to our website, foxbangor.com.
And with the wind chill expected to make it feel well below zero, officials are telling Mainers not to wait until their fuel tank is empty to look for heating assistance. Megan Hannon, who's the executive director of Maine Community Action Partnerships, says Maine has seen increased federal funding for the Home Energy Assistance Program, otherwise known as HEAP, thanks to the efforts of Maine's congressional delegation and bipartisan legislation passed at the start of this session in Augusta. Maine Community Action Agencies got an additional $40 million for the program and $10 million to help deliver emergency fuel assistance. She says private donors and fuel companies are also stepping up to help. Hannon says call your local community action program or dial 211 to find more information about heating assistance resources.
In other news tonight, firefighters from several communities battled the bitter cold while also battling a stubborn fire in Surrey. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
The town of Surrey and nearby communities came together to take down a fire at 440 Morgan Bay Road Thursday morning.
Yeah, at 9:13 this morning, we were dispatched for a fully involved structure fire.
Surrey was joined by Ellsworth, Blue Hill, Orland, and Sedgwick fire departments. At this time, McClellan says the fire is under investigation, but early indications say a chimney fire likely caused this incident. McClellan says there were lots of challenges they had to overcome fighting this blaze.
There's no water system in the town of Surrey, so we have to truck all the water we need here.
But what this small town has is community spirit, that public support. Neighbors and members of the local community stepped in to make sure the homeowner and firefighters were taken care of.
He's just a really amazing carpenter. He's a super kind person. He always goes out of his way to help anybody that needs help.
For Valerie Feldkamp, she says seeing this home burn down hit her extra hard.
I grew up right in this area. My childhood home is just down the road. I've been very familiar with the place and the area like my whole life. It's very sad to see it go.
And with the very cold temperatures coming in the next few days, residents are rallying and doing what they can to help the homeowner.
I already told him that he is absolutely welcome to stay at our house as long as he needs. We have a really nice neighborly, friendship, and so of course I've extended anything that we can do to help him.
In Surrey, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Giffords ice cream plant in Skowhegan will be shut down for a while after a fire broke out there this morning. Nobody was hurt, and there were 36 people working inside the building when the fire started. Investigators say the fire began in a freezer. They say it caused significant damage to a part of the manufacturing plant and offices.
This is indicative of what it takes in rural Maine to mitigate emergencies. It takes a lot of resources, it takes a lot of people, and bringing them together.
He says the fire was likely an accident, but it is under investigation.
Well, 2 men from Manchester, England pleaded guilty to interference with a flight crew and assault in U.S. District Court in Bangor today in connection with an incident on a TUI Airways flight that was forced to divert to Bangor International Airport last month. 36-year-old Anthony Kirby and 36-year-old Damian Murphy were passengers on the flight traveling from Cancun, Mexico to Manchester, England on January 2nd. An investigation revealed that Kirby and Murphy were upset after being cut off from further alcohol service, so they took out a large bottle of alcohol they were carrying, becoming increasingly intoxicated and using racial slurs. Murphy assaulted a flight attendant and Kirby assaulted a fellow passenger. The flight diverted to Bangor International Airport, where they were met by the Federal Air Marshal Service, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the FBI, and Bangor Police. Both men face decades in prison, fines of up to $250,000, and years of supervised release. It's not clear when they'll be sentenced.
The number of Maine's drug overdose deaths continues to climb. That, according to a new report released today by the Maine Attorney General's office. The year-end report for 2022 found more than 10,000 overdoses were reported in the state. There were 716 suspected or confirmed deaths. Nearly 80% of the confirmed drug overdoses in 2022 were attributed to fentanyl, either by itself or in combination with other drugs. Gordon Smith, the state's director of opioid response, says, quote, "This opioid epidemic today is more lethal than ever due to illicit drugs like fentanyl, which is responsible for 8 of every 10 overdose deaths in Maine. We will use every avenue available to support all Maine people, families, and communities affected by the opioid crisis and bring resources for prevention into every community and school in our state," end quote.
Well, the Maine Veterans Dental Network will be able to continue its services for veterans thanks to a grant. Northeast Delta Dental is providing the program with $200,000. A statement from the Mills administration says with this new funding, the Maine Bureau of Veteran Services will reach out to the 232 veterans who sought dental services in 2022 before the money was exhausted, and then work with new applicants in 2023. To find out how to qualify or to fill out an application, you can follow the link in this story on our website, again, foxbangor.com.
We're seeing many events changing schedules due to the weather coming, and among those is the U.S. National Toboggan Championships being held at the Camden Snow Bowl this weekend. Between the early warm temperatures that kept Hosmer Pond from freezing enough to be safe, and now the Arctic blast just heading our way now, organizers have decided to change this 2-day event into a single-day event on Sunday. The call was made for safety reasons for both participants and volunteers.
We can handle the cold, and our racers that have been doing this long enough, they know what it's about being out here all day, all weekend. But this is a whole different animal.
The championships will now take place starting at 8 a.m. on Sunday with a full day of racing. It's expected that the finals will start around 1 p.m. On another note, the mountain will be closed tonight skiing Friday and also closed all day Saturday due to the frigid temperatures. Probably a very smart move to do that for the safety of everyone involved.
Of course.
It still looks like a ton of fun.
That looks like a good time.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to say, that ramp and just zinging right down. Yeah.
Right?
Sign me up.
I mean, as a kid, the thrill of just getting on a sled and going like 10 miles an hour down a hill was a lot of fun. So you can only imagine how thrilling that must be.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely. If anybody needs a spare,
yeah,
I'm right here. All right. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. We'll have some tips on how you can protect your furry friends from the cold.
And will spring come early this year? Well, we'll hear from Kennebec Kenny on that matter coming up.
The housing market is a constant crisis phase, and in 2022, make sure you are the first to the closing table and get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience today.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Cary Medical Center in Caribou, Maine is recruiting for physical therapists. We offer generous benefits, competitive wages, loan forgiveness, relocation assistance, and you'll join a dynamic team of rehab professionals. Our hospital has been named one of the best places to work in Maine 2 years in a row. Ready for a new adventure? Do you have a passion for excellence? Learn more at carymedicalcenter.org or call 207-498-1270. Cary Medical Center, we're creating healthier communities.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
No.
Of course not.
Not again.
Get your Toyota ready for the year's coldest and harshest weather. See your New England Toyota dealer for great service offers to help keep your Toyota dependable and fuel efficient all winter long. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Charlotte Flair put their SmackDown Women's title on the line against Sonya Deville, plus the finals of the SmackDown Tag Tournament. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Don't spin out or crash while trying to buy your new home this year. Contact the Next Homie today. Get looped and get sold, and let Next Home Experience get you to the finish line.
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about the Perry Winter Kids Carnival coming up. Plus, on a similar note, we'll hear about the Winterport Winter Kids activities. And since Thursday was Groundhog Day, we'll get the chance to get up close and personal with Kenny, the Kennebec County Groundhog. All of this and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Well, as we watch the temperature steadily fall, experts say we shouldn't take our own health for granted. Paying attention to your surroundings could mean the difference between life and death. Dr. Christopher O'Connell from Northern Light Family Medicine in Hamden says that prevention is key, and you need to do everything you can to keep yourself warm. If you have to go out and brave the elements, make sure to dress in layers, and also keep in mind that having your layers too tight can produce compression that will actually constrict blood flow. Covering your hands and face is an absolute must, and frostbite can set in quickly with wind chill readings in the negative 40 or 50 range.
What you're talking about is the extreme temperatures, and when it's mild, our body, we have these ways to compensate. We try to generate heat a lot of ways. One is shivering. Our muscles start contracting. Our heart rate will increase. Our blood pressure increases. We start breathing faster. All these processes get more difficult the colder it is. It's more difficult to maintain your own temperature.
Dr. O'Connell also says that parents need to take special care in making sure that children and elderly family members are looked after. Make sure you realize walkways can be slick despite your best efforts to salt them, so be careful there. And if you feel any numbness in your body, reheat slowly. You can actually do more damage by using water that's too hot or using friction that might be too rough while you are feeling numb.
And while it's very important to keep yourself warm, you must also consider the safety of your pets. Bangor Humane Society's Director of Development and Communications, Catherine Ravenscraft, says the most important thing you can do is bring your animal indoors.
Especially with that wind chill dropping down to close to minus 50 over the next couple of days, it's going to be really important that even those animals that maybe spend some time outdoors be brought inside so that they're safe.
Ravenscraft says if you have an animal that does enjoy the outdoors and cold weather, make sure to have a shelter accessible for them that is lined with straw. Make sure it is warm and constantly check to ensure there is adequate food and fresh, not frozen water. Ravenscraft says the Humane Society is kenneling pets for the homeless in Bangor that cannot be taken in and cared for elsewhere. If interested, you should reach out to the Bangor Police Department. They will arrange accommodations for picking up your pet.
Well, in the midst of those dropping temperatures, many are finding ways to help those in need, as you just heard. And as part of Maine Catholic Schools Week sock drive, All Saints Catholic School in Bangor is supplying socks to those in need. Thursday, middle school students clipped the socks to the York Street Sock Garden next to the Congregation Beth Israel, where anyone who needs socks is free to come and take them.
For people who don't have the money to buy socks, and so it's helping them in the cold. So if they have cold or wet feet, it's very helpful. I really like giving back to the community, so I do lots of drives like this at home and in school.
Well, according to All Saints Principal Matthew Houghton, the Sock Garden is a collaborative effort involving several communities, and the school plans to continue participating in the future.
Great to see students giving back. Well, will it be an early spring or another 6 weeks of winter? A group in Augusta says they have the answer. David Ledford tells us more.
After rising from his annual hibernation at 10:15 Thursday morning, Maine's own Kennebec Kenny greeted visitors and residents at the Augusta Center for Health and Rehabilitation this Groundhog Day. Upon leaving the comfort of his burrow, Kenny was surprised to see his own shadow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter for the state. Those in attendance shared their feelings about the groundhog's forecast.
I'm a summer fan, but I'm a Mainer, so why not ride out the next 6 weeks? And we're looking forward to next February.
This is the first year the center has held the event, but visitors say they were excited for the new tradition. Keith Smith, the director of activities at the center, shared why this was the year to wake Kenny from his winter slumber.
Unfortunately, we can't depend upon Punxsutawney Phil's prediction for Maine. I mean, he's a Pennsylvania groundhog. We needed a more local forecaster, so we've called upon our resident groundhog, Kennebec Kenny, to do the work for us.
Kenny's prediction follows Punxsutawney Phil's reaction in Pennsylvania, where the famous critter provided the same announcement. While many may flock to the annual event at Gobbler's Knob, Phil's longtime home, one visitor came all the way from Vermont to see Kennebec Kenny, driving 3.5 hours to witness the Maine groundhog's prediction.
I feel great. Glad to be here. Glad to see Kennebec Kenny for the first time. I hope it's a yearly thing that happens here. I think it's wonderful for the residents. I like it because we like the snow.
After the event, visitors were welcomed into the center to enjoy breakfast treats alongside Kenny. In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I bet Kenny was anxious to have a nice warm cup of coffee after making his prediction.
I can imagine. Yeah, great to see him interacting with everyone, though. Very cheerful about the extended winter coming. Hopefully the rest of it is not as cold, or not nearly as cold, as we're going to be experiencing the next couple of days.
And great to see we have our own expert forecaster right here in Maine. Punxsutawney Phil is great. It's a little far away. I'm not sure his reach is quite long enough to accurately predict for Maine.
I think that's a very fair point. So
Indeed.
Good to have those local resources.
Local resources, yes. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the House removes Representative Ilhan Omar from a powerful committee. Hear from both parties.
And we'll have a report on scammers using fake joke postings to steal Americans' personal information. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years, Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Engstrom's Auto Service, Howard Insurance, Johnson Foundations, Mallet Real Estate, McCusick Petroleum Company, and Prouty Auto Body.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
The House voted to remove a congresswoman from a powerful committee for her past comments viewed as anti-Israel. Now, the finger-pointing of political on in the House as both parties accuse the other of playing games. Fox's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more.
The resolution is adopted.
The House has voted, along party lines, to remove Congresswoman Ilhan Omar from the House Foreign Affairs Committee for her past comments against Israel.
Words matter. Rhetoric matters. It leads to harm.
Proposed by Representative Max Miller, the resolution says Omar's comments, deemed anti-Semitic in the past, disqualify her from such a powerful committee.
She cannot be an objective contributor to the work of the committee, and she has brought dishonor to the House of Representatives.
Omar has been forced to apologize previously for anti-Semitic remarks. Democrats say they've moved on.
Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy, or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced? Frankly, it is expected, because when you push power, power pushes back.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America.
Democrats say Omar's removal is retribution for the last Congress, stripping committees from Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene for extremist rhetoric and Paul Gosar for sharing a violent video directed at another member.
It's not about accountability. It's about political revenge.
Representative Omar can still serve on her other committees, just not on foreign affairs. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Meanwhile, the top senators on the Intelligence Committee sent a second letter to the Biden administration requesting information about classified documents found at the homes of President Biden and former President Trump. The special counsel investigating the Biden scandal is now said to be totally focused on the probe. Fox's David Spunt has more from the Justice Department.
Special counsel Robert Hur officially on the job. His staff will go through documents seized by FBI agents from the president's Rehoboth Beach, Delaware home Wednesday. In a carefully written statement, the president's personal attorney, Bob Bauer, is quoted as saying no documents with classified markings were found. Bauer went on to say agents took some materials and handwritten notes. However, it is possible some of those pages may contain classified information without markings. Hur, a former Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, now has complete control over the investigation after spending several weeks getting up to speed. Hur, like other special counsel colleagues, is working at an undisclosed location in Washington, D.C.
The proof will be in the pudding. If he is willing to examine the evidence, I believe the FBI needs to search the documents at the University of Delaware, and it needs to search Hunter Biden's home and business addresses to see if there are classified documents. at any of those places.
When asked about searching for classified documents in additional locations, a White House spokesman was vague.
The president's personal lawyers have addressed sort of the process of identifying, locations where materials from the VP years could have been stored.
White House counsel spokesman Ian Sams also didn't give an answer when asked if any family members of the president had access to the classified documents. And the president's not alone. The Wall Street Journal was first to report the FBI and members of former Vice President Mike Pence's team are in negotiations for the FBI to do a consensual search on the property of the former vice president in Indiana to look for any classified documents. At the Department of Justice, David Spunt, Fox News.
Well, and yet another sign life is back to normal. New data shows more U.S. workers are heading into the office. Many federal workers in the nation's capital, however, are still working from home, and Congress is looking to take action. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
For the first time since the pandemic, a majority of U.S. workers are back in the office. That's according to new data showing average office occupancy was at 50.4% last week in 10 large metropolitan areas. March 2020 was the last time that figure crossed 50%, when the coronavirus pandemic forced many offices to shut down.
So much of what you accomplish on the job is by interacting with other people face to face.
The list of cities includes New York, Houston, and Washington, D.C. But lawmakers complain many federal government workers at the nation's capital still work remotely.
Americans show up every day to work. Washington shouldn't be the last place to get back to work.
Congressman James Comer, chair of the House Oversight Committee, is pushing a bill that would compel federal workers to return to the office in person. The bill would align with the goal of the city's mayor, who says the lack of federal workers is hurting businesses downtown. Nearly 200,000 federal workers make up a quarter of D.C.'s workforce.
Having people get back to work is among our top priorities with the federal government.
Still, other lawmakers say remote or hybrid work has its benefits.
We should be embracing the productivity and employee satisfaction gains realized through telework.
While the House passed Comer's Show Up Act on Wednesday, the bill must still get through the Senate before it heads to President Biden's desk. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Scammers are setting their sights on unemployed Americans using bogus job postings to get their hands on your personal information. Fox's Garrett Tenney has more on what you should look out for.
Recent layoffs in industries like the tech sector have job seekers becoming prime targets for employment scams, all with one purpose in mind: to steal your personal information. According to the Federal Trade Commission, Americans were scammed out of $68 million in just the first quarter of 2022 because of fake business and job opportunities.
Many poor candidates have been left thousands and thousands of dollars in debt because of a scam.
Experts say those scams can come in all different shapes and sizes, including staffing agencies, pyramid schemes, or even as virtual personal assistant postings. In some advanced cases, scammers are going as far as building fake websites to look like legitimate businesses.
When scammers pose as legitimate companies, they really impact job seekers in several different ways. Someone may be looking for a job and turn down a legitimate opportunity because they think the fake opportunity is real.
Shepard says anyone can fall victim to these scams, but 18 to 24-year-olds are more likely to get targeted because they have less experience in the job market. Here are some red flags you can look out for.
Is if you get an immediate response with an immediate offer of employment for a significant amount of money, it's not real. If you note in the posting or in any communication that you receive from them that there are typos or grammatical errors, misspellings, it's not legitimate.
If you ever see or lose money to a job scam, you can report it to the Federal Trade Commission at reportfraud.ftc.gov. In Chicago, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, we'll have the latest on the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
That story and much more after the break.
Magnificent new costumes on The Masked Singer, February 15th on Fox.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2023 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional with extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar from the Furniture Gallery. Kick back and save an extra 10% on our entire recliner selection and save up to 70% off clearance items. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
Nana's Attic started many years ago for me. When I was a young fellow, I used to go with my grandmother collecting antiques and selling antiques. I went on many trips with Nana as I was fascinated with the world of antiques and the history behind old things. They remind you of days that have gone by, but spark memories of youth and hanging out with loved ones that are no longer with us. Now I've made that dream a reality. First with my Ellsworth Flea Market, and now my own store, Nana's Attic and Then Some, located in the old Olympia Sports in Ellsworth, where you'll find treasures and antiques galore.
Nearly all commercial vehicles carry big insurance policies. So if you're hurt by one of these box trucks, or by a garbage truck, or by any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. But they don't just give that money up. You need someone who's going to fight for it. That's exactly why you need to call the Twos. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
We started Fairway Auto Sales because it was a dream of mine to have my own place. I'd worked for dealerships for over 20 years. My wife Nicole encouraged me to go out on my own. At Fairway, you're going to get an honest transaction from start to finish.
When you come to Fairway Auto Sales, you should expect to be greeted by the owners. We'll take you out on the lot. We're going to look at each vehicle and see which one fits you and your family. We like to say, come buy your vehicle the Fairway. It's more than just a tagline. It's the way we do business.
Well, the U.S. is tracking a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been spotted over U.S. airspace. Okay. A senior defense official told Pentagon reporters that the U.S. has, quote, very high confidence it is a Chinese high-altitude balloon, and it was flying over sensitive sites to collect information. But the Pentagon decided not to shoot it down due to the risk of harm for people on the ground. Brigadier General Patrick Ryder, Pentagon press secretary, provided a brief statement on the issue, saying the government continues to track the balloon. He said it is currently traveling at an altitude well above commercial air traffic and does not present a military or physical threat to people on the ground, end quote. He said similar balloon activity has been seen in the past several years. He added that the U.S. took steps to ensure it did not collect any sensitive information.
Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin says the West is threatening his country with a modern form of Nazism. This, as Ukrainian officials say Russian missiles have struck residential areas in the east for the second time in 24 hours, killing at least 3 people. The latest Fox News poll indicates most of these, or those responding, favor continuing U.S. financial and military aid to Ukraine. We have an exclusive interview with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Here's Fox's Trey Yingst.
It was strange tragedy, rockets.
The hallways of Ukraine's presidential office building are dark. Nearly a year after Russia invaded, Ukraine's wartime leader, Volodymyr Zelensky, is still a target.
How does this affect your mental health, your mind?
No, I don't know how and what influence it has, but I have to be okay.
Zelensky tells Fox News that Russia has begun a new offensive in the eastern part of his country and that time is running out to supply more advanced weapons to Ukraine.
If Ukrainian wall, and I believe that's a global wall of democracy, this is what Ukraine is. Unfortunately, we are this living wall. That's what I would like to underline. If we will fall, this will be the start of the Third World War, or the recognition of the fact that NATO member nations are standing by themselves on their own.
How concerned are you that President Putin could use a nuclear weapon against your forces?
I think nobody can give you the exact answer, but I think that he'll be afraid of doing that because he's afraid of his own life. If he will use nuclear weapons, then he'll be destroyed, he'll be neutralized. I don't know who. It could be either inside or outside of his own country.
As Ukraine receives billions of dollars in international military funding, the country is under pressure to be transparent and fight corruption to ensure support continues. In recent days, you have taken public and specific steps to address corruption in Ukraine. Are you looking to send a message to someone in particular by doing this?
Look, everything is very simple. We have zero tolerance to people who try to think of earning money on some public resources and assets. That's all. We will continue those steps despite of anything. The war, it's the time like that. We cannot allow ourselves risking with our own country. We cannot risk it about the support of our partners, financial. We cannot risk with financial, with security support. That's why we're, taking steps against certain individuals, but I can see there are some individuals like that, but we need to do that.
Reporting from Kyiv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
All right, and coming up, we're going to learn a lot about what is coming our way in terms of those frigid temperatures.
Stay with us for our full 5-day coming up.
All right, folks, we have some wind chill warnings out in the area. It's going to be bitterly cold, but how cold is it going to get? I'll have all the answers coming up.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Gilman Electrical Supply, Hometown Health Center, Howard Insurance, Irish Collision Center, Leona Mays Antique and Gift Shop, and R&R Auto Body.
This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Welcome back, guys. Our main weather is brought to you by C&K Variety. Stop by C&K Variety in Herman today for a hand-tossed pizza, subs, salads, and more. C&K Variety, your local go-to convenience store. All right, folks, remember those cold temperatures I told you that are en route? Well, they are very, very near. Just up in Canada right now, those purple colors do indicate temperatures 20, even 30 below zero. Florida, of course, the only beach weather state, 70s and even some 80s there. Feels like temperatures here in town not too bad right now. It feels like we're at around 19 here in town, 23 by the coast. It's going to feel much colder, folks. Take a look at the day, during the day on Friday. So that cold air will be moving in tonight into tomorrow. So morning highs of around 10 degrees, quickly cooling off well below zero with temperatures at around 14 below zero at around 2 p.m. tomorrow. So it's going to get very cold. Tomorrow's going to be that day where you just do not want to be outside. And same story right into Saturday. Saturday morning, it's going to be cold, close to 20 below zero, even more in some spots. Not only is it going to be bitterly cold, folks, it's going to be windy, a combination of disaster with wind gusts close to 40, 45, even 50 miles an hour in some spots all throughout the day on Friday and into Saturday. That combined with those bitterly cold temperatures means we do have some wind chill warnings out in the area till around 7 p.m. on Saturday. Up north, though, closer to Caribou, Millinocket, we do have some blizzard warnings. This isn't for falling snow. This is more blowing snow with that wind really blowing that light, fluffy snow around. So our average high should be around 28 degrees for this time of year. Look at tomorrow's high. Morning high of around 9 degrees, quickly cooling off to well below zero. Saturday, not even reaching 0 degrees. But hey, look at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Look at Wednesday. Wow, what a present. 40s will be back. So yes, we are going to be on that warmer trend by next week. So like I said, mostly cloudy skies right now, not really any precipitation in the area. There's some flurries in the region, but no accumulative snowfall for us today. And most of the Northeast is looking pretty clear. Upstate New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut has some clear skies, and that's going to be that respite, that cool air moving in. Tonight, though, we might get a little bit more flurries, maybe a trace of snow at most in the area, quickly moving out. So by tomorrow, we're going to be pretty clear, but that is why that cold front's moving in. As the clouds move out, cold air starts to move in with a little bit of wind. It's going to feel extremely cold, not even a little bit cold. It's going to feel extremely cold. 3 below zero today. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, windy and cold, of course. Tomorrow, morning high of around 9, and then quickly falling temperatures with those wind gusts increasing throughout the day. Our extended forecast outlook does show a warm-up is on the way with temperatures back in the 30s starting Sunday. Beth?
It's nice to know we have a heat wave on the back end.
Absolutely.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's a lot to contend with for a couple of days, but
yeah,
let's just be thankful for that. It is just a couple of days, and this isn't like a week-long stretch.
Right. We'll get some relief fairly quickly.
Absolutely.
All righty. Well, sports is coming up next. Stay with us.
Pond Hill Farms in Brooks, Maine offers 100% grass-fed beef in a variety of ways. Choose between individual cuts that are state inspected and ready to pop in your fridge or freezer. If you're looking to stock up, Pond Hill Farms offer the option to purchase hanging weight by quarter, half, or whole. We also offer live cattle if you're looking to grow your own herd. Pond Hill Farms also offer rental cottages with spectacular views of the farm and the Maine outdoors. Whether you're looking for fresh Maine meat or a gorgeous place to vacation, Pond Hill Farms is the place to be.
Here at Garrett's Auto Sales, we believe in fair prices, superior service, and always treating the customer right. We have a fantastic selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from, with some priced under $10,000. All our vehicles come with a complimentary 30-day warranty and can be seen at garrettsauto.com. Come see us at Garrett's Auto Sales, where we focus on you, the customer. We're located just 2 miles from the Brewer Walmart on Route 1A. We look forward to meeting you.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Belmont Boat Works, Bond and Masonry Incorporated, Coastal Auto Parts, Colburn Shoe Store, Ferriello Construction, and Front Street Shipyard. Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some big news. The Naismith Awards released their semifinalists for their Boys High School Basketball Player of the Year on Thursday, and Maine's Cooper Flagg is one of 10 named to the list, and one of just 2 sophomores on that list. According to Max Preps, the Newport native is averaging just over 10 points and over 5 rebounds per game, also adding 3 assists, just around 2 steals and 2 blocks a game as well in his first season with Montverde Academy. Last year, he became the first freshman to win the Maine Gatorade Player of the Year, and now, just 1 season later, could be named the National Player of the Year. Pretty impressive stuff right there. Let's go to the track now. It's been yet another impressive season so far for the Bangor Rams. Their girls team is once again a favorite to win the Class A title. Recently, they put some names in the record books as well. The Rams 4x200-meter relay team of Anna Connors, Callie Tennant, Evelyn Humbert, and Madeline Ty recorded the fastest time in the state this year, setting a facilities record for UMaine in the process with a time of just over 1 minute and 48 seconds. That's just 2 seconds off a state record. Connors, who just set the state record in the 200-meter dash this weekend, was a part of the 4x200 team that set that facilities record years ago when she was a freshman.
Yeah, that team is amazing. We've been running here for a while together. It's all juniors and seniors, and it was really fun to get to break that record with them. I set it my freshman year with a bunch of the seniors, so that was really cool to get the chance to be able to break it again with another great group of girls.
On the distance side of things, junior Katie McCarthy took the top spot in the state temporarily on Thursday, running the 800-meter race in 2 minutes and 26 seconds. She's in second right now, but that was a personal record for her on Thursday. She runs cross-country in the fall and outdoor track in the spring, but this is her first season of indoor, and she says it's her relationships with her teammates that brought her to running this winter.
It's so much fun. Like, you just want to be at practice and you want to be at meets and stuff and stay late to see everyone. Like, some of the meets we've been able to leave early because it's a weeknight or whatever, but we've wanted to stay and just see everyone and watch everybody else improve.
And they have been a wagon these last few seasons. Looking forward to see what they can do at States. We head to Hermit High School now, where a Hawks football player just made school history. Star lineman Jacob Dow signed his national letter of intent to play for Maine football starting in the fall. The senior will become the first Hermit football player ever to play for a Division I team. He put pen to paper at a ceremony on Wednesday in front of his teammates, coaches, and his family, a family that Dow says was just one of the many reasons he wanted to stay home and become a Black Bear.
I got 2 little siblings, so wanting to see them grow up and having all the support like home and nearby, like 30 minutes away, is really nice. Coaching-wise, Coach Kugler's awesome. He's our O-line coach there. There's a lot of new coaches as well. So I feel like I'm going to fit in very well. They're going to develop me the first year or 2 maybe, and then see where it goes from there.
All right, he is just one of 23 players to sign with Maine on their signing period on Wednesday. Head coach Jordan Stevens says that at 6'5", 255, he has the frame and athleticism to grow into a great lineman, adding that he will flourish in the program. His high school coach Kyle Gallant has seen everything Dow offers on the field, but he says what really counts is who he is outside of those white lines.
I'm excited for him, and really it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with everything Jacob Dow. He's a great student, a great leader. He's a great community member. I mean, he was coaching flag football every Sunday from 9 a.m. to noon with all of our, our other captains and seniors. So just a great kid all around, and UMaine's getting a good one.
All right. Congratulations, Jacob. Looking forward to see what he can do up in Orono. Let's stay with some high school sports now, and we'll get to some hoops coverage starting off over in Herman for a Class B girls matchup. Hawks and Vikings are going at it. Just a few more games left here in the regular season. Hawks looking sharp in the pink, and the Vikings playing pretty sharp too. First half, Madeline Dupree gets it. She's going to drive in right here, take the bump, and then get the bank shot to fall. Vikings up big. In the second quarter now, it's the Hawks. Allie Cameron finds Sadie Campbell, and she is nothing but net on the transition 3. Herman would fight, but the Vikes were too much. Dupree again on this catch and shoot, and the Vikings are going to win this one 66-37. Staying in Class B North and over to the Cross Center now. And on the boys' side of things, Old Town paying John Bapst a visit. Coyotes looking for their 9th straight win. Second quarter, Old Town up. Gavin Tebow to Gabe Gifford. Nothing but net from the top of the key. And the Crusaders now, it's John Pangburn showing off those handles. He gets to his spot. He's going to pull up and sink the mid-range jumper right there. Nice play there from the senior, but the Coyotes were too much. Tebow driving to the basket, fakes the pass, gets the tough lay-in to fall. Great move right there. And then this time it's going to be Braden Brown. He's going to get the kick from Brendan Mahaney, and he wants all 3 of those. Coyotes win this one 71-32. All right, up to Lincoln for some Class C girls action. Mattinock hosting the Pandas of Lee Academy. Let's start in the third. Lauren House bringing it down for the Lynx. She dishes it to Lily Watton. She gets around the defender and nails the floater. Lynx up big. Fourth quarter now. It's the Pandas with it. Aubrey Gifford taking it to herself in the paint. Nothing but net on the floater for the Pandas. Finally, it's Mattinock's Kiara Jenkins to Juliana Klauke on the wing. And the freshman is going to get the 3 with the shooter's bounce. Lynx dominate. They win 73-18. All right, and lastly, some Class A North girls action. Brewer girls hosting Erskine Academy here. We'll start in the second quarter. Allie Flagg with the deep 3. That comes up short, but Mariah Roberts in the right spot hits the reverse layup for the putback. Back the other way, the Eagles with it. It's Kaylee Crocker on the drive right here, and she's going to have a real nice pass to Emma Stroud, and she's going to get it to go for 2. Nice bounce pass right there. Fundamentals. And then it's Roberts again, this time draining a triple from the top of the key, and the Witches go on to win close one, 36-33. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Tonight's Stock Report is brought to you by Maine Valve, with more than 30 years of experience across the state of Maine, providing top quality real estate services.
After my accident, I needed help.
I was looking for information online.
Then I found it.
JoeBornstein.com. Get help now at JoeBornstein.com. From your smartphone or desktop. Here in Maine, the law offices of Joe Bornstein is as close as your fingertips.
The consultation was free and confidential.
In person or online.
They believe your case is worth more. Call Joe. The law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Get the lowest prices of the season on ultra-luxurious stationery and reclining furniture during Flex Deals Latitude Sale. Feel the comfort and luxury of our Port Royal and Rhapsody leather and fabric sectionals. Or feel the power of our Wicklow and Miller Leather Power Reclining Collection. All made with the heart of steel. The quality and comfort is Flex Deal. Save big today during Flex Deals Latitude Sale.
Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden, open 7 days a week until 5 p.m.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Having a hard time finding that perfect gift? No worries. From now until February 14th, Quality Jewelers is offering one-stop shopping for all your Valentine's Day needs. Every purchase will come with a bonus gift, and our gift package makes shopping this Valentine's Day easy. You'll get chocolates, a stuffed animal, and a Valentine's Day card to fill out. If you're looking for the easiest way to really impress that special someone, look no further than Quality Jewelers. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Carl's Auto Parts, Sear North Star Tours, Graphic Signs and Design, Maine Collision Center, Rick Burpee State Farm Insurance Agent, and Steaks and Stuff.
Just remain calm. Grab the head.
You grab the head.
Animal Control premieres February 16th.
It's on me now.
On Fox.
Beyonce returns to the road. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announces this year's class of inductees and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Walk up in the thing, I be on my game.
A new class of rock and roll royalty. Lizzo drops special visuals and Queen Bee plans a trip in the Hollywood Nation.
You won't break my soul.
Beyonce is ready to get back on the road. The global superstar will be racking up miles on the Renaissance World Tour, her first solo outing in over 6 years. She will kick things off on May 10th in Sweden, making several stops throughout Europe before making her way to the U.S., starting July 12th in Philadelphia. Lizzo transforms into a superhero. The singer dropped the music video for the title track off her new album, Special. She plays a crusader for justice who helps save a little girl from being hit by a car and rescues an infant from a burning building. The R&B star is up for 6 nominations at the upcoming Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year and Record of the Year.
There's a thing, I came out too late. Like a little too late.
Gerard Carmichael has a new personal project lined up at HBO. The comedian will star in and executive produce a comedy docuseries about his personal life. It will follow him through encounters with friends, family, and strangers, all in his quest for love, sex, and connection.
The 2023 nominees are...
And the nominees for the 2023 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction have been announced. The 14-member eclectic group of artists include Missy Elliott, Sheryl Crow, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael, and Willie Nelson. Inductees will be announced in May and will be celebrated during the induction ceremony taking place this fall. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Spotify reaches a major milestone. It's the first music streaming service to pass more than 200 million paid subscribers. According to its latest earnings numbers, the company saw a 14% increase in premium subscribers compared to a year ago. But the news comes a week after Spotify announced plans to cut 6% of its workforce.
Finally tonight, a dog is rescued after it fell about 50 feet into a well on Wednesday. The pup, called Indy, was running with its owner when it fell into an uncovered water well. The rescue took the Chula Vista, California Fire Department about 3 hours, but they were eventually able to recover the 9-year-old German Shepherd. Indy is said to have sustained injuries to his hind legs and was taken to a nearby animal hospital for a thorough examination. Certainly glad they were able to get him out of there. There they are working. And, oh, God, that's just horrifying.
It's just a terrifying situation for any dog owner, especially when you're out doing something as simple as a run.
Right.
So glad that the dog is going to be okay, though, and that it got the care that it needed. Looks like a big community effort to get it out.
Well, and you have to worry a little bit, too, because German Shepherds are kind of synonymous with issues with their hind end, so you don't really want to help that progression along by sustaining an injury to one of the hind legs as well. So here's hoping that Indy is able to make a full recovery.
Absolutely. We'll be rooting for you.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. Take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
It wasn't